Want to go out of town and back in time? The Crane Estate in Ipswich is one of the most majestic properties in Massachusetts. And as arts editor Jared Bowen shows us now, from the architecture to the art, its owners and designers created it to be a factory of the fascinating.
On the outer reaches of the coastal town Ipswich is the House on the Hill. With 59 rooms and 30,000 square feet, it was designed to bring the best of English country living to craggy New England.
They pulled in a dream team of architects, landscape architects, and artists to help build what was really a saltwater farm on a drumlin into this great country place era estate.
They were the Cranes, a Chicago family in the era of the Vanderbilts and Fricks, who amassed a fortune in the plumbing business. They built their home here in the late 1920s as a summer getaway. Susan Hill Dolan is the property's curator, who has spent much of her career here restoring the home to its roaring heyday. A model of English living, its interiors were imported directly from two English homes.
Industrialists and a lot of museums like the MFA and the Met were buying these antique rooms from English country houses that were being razed after the war. And so it was this combination of looking like an ancestral home, but also with club chairs and these state-of-the-art Art Deco bathrooms.
Of course, a plumbing magnate's bathrooms had to be flush with the most glamorous accents, all in a home in which the family portraits came from the most sought-after artists, with Anders Zorn painting Mr. Crane and John Singer Sargent sketching Mrs. Crane.
There's a magnificent beauty here, whether it's the cultural, the architecture, the landscape architecture, the sculpture that was here.
For all of the house beautiful, this is the reason to come and never leave. By very deliberate design, the Cranes crafted this grand allée, a half-mile promenade that rolls from the home's steps all the way out to the sea.
You're immediately drawn to it. The scale and grandeur of it is quite remarkable and more along the traditions of European models.
These gentlemen look like they're having a good time.
Yes, that's right. So this is Bacchus, who is the spirit of winemaking and debauchery. So I think that's sort of an indication of the use of this place to come down here and have fun sort of away from the house in a place that would be appropriate.
Adding to the landscape this fall is a new installation by artist Alicia Cavada, fresh off rave reviews for her work at the Venice Biennale.
I will build it up in concrete walls. So I will create in all this nature, I will create a very formal strong and straight sink.
When it's installed in September, Cavada's piece will be situated on the site of the estate's former maze. Like a maze, her creation is an assemblage of spaces offering only little glimpses of nature. Here they'll play with our senses and notions of what we're actually seeing.
But it's more about this question, what reality is and what information about reality is. So because we are getting more and more in a world just made of informations and no matter. And we are forced to believe things or to deny things or to question things because they will just appear as information to us.
Indisputable, though, is the nourishment of nature here, from a home that settles satisfyingly into its surroundings. Jared Bowen, WGBH News.
Crane Estate grounds are open year-round, but tours of the house end in late December.